the only video that you'll ever need for online marketing. It covers everything from Facebook ads to using the video on your website to social media. You can use this one video that I'll show you how to create in this Social Media Thursday for all of your marketing needs. So once you have this video created, like I said, you can use it everywhere and it'll work on autopilot to generate patients for you while you're not out there doing screenings or internal referrals or anything like that. And a little bit, a story of how we discovered this was actually with Dr. Diane. She was one of the first people to utilize this video in her own marketing, and we've since used it with some of our other clients with a lot of success. So first, I'm going to give you the framework of how to create this video and kind of the theory behind it and why it works. And then afterwards, towards the end of the video here, I'm going to show you some specific examples and then walk through how you can create one of these videos for yourself without a professional videographer. You can just record it on your iPhone, a bunch of different clips, put them together, and you'll have this one video asset that you can use for the rest of the time that you're in practice without dying out. So like I said, we kind of, one of the first people to use this was Dr. Diane Tran here in Part-Time $1 Million Mastermind. And basically, the story behind it was she had this professional video done in her own clinic for when she opened. She knew a videographer. They were one of her home friends in Portland. And she hired this videographer, and she just had this one video recorded for her website. So it was really professionally done. It had this drone footage of her office, a complete kind of different scenes of her office, and it just made it was really professional looking. And she had it done by a videographer, but again, I'm going to show you at the end of this recording here in this session and the training that you can actually do this without a videographer as well. And we've had clients since then be able to do this without a videographer. So the framework here is there's 3 parts, and I've gone over these 3 parts in other videos that I've talked about social media marketing and marketing as a whole. And the 3 parts that you'll need are the first split second to 3 seconds of the video that you're creating. And then after that first couple seconds of the video, it's going to go into more of a story to tell the story of your office and what you specialize in. This will differentiate you from other clinics out there, and it'll allow you to attract your ideal patients. So you're not just getting people who are coming in for one-time adjustments and are just tire kicking, right? And then third is the offer and call to action at the end. So people are watching your video and this pillar piece of content, they know what to do afterwards, after they come in or after they see the video all the way through. So those are the 3 parts. The first part is what we call a hook, and that's the first split second to 1 to 3 seconds of the video. And the theory behind this is that it's going to be attention grabbing to your ideal patients when they're just scrolling through social media in the state of mind that they're in at that particular moment. Visualize your ideal patient and what is the pain point, the biggest pain point that they're experiencing right now, and what is that conversation that's going on in their head while they're sitting in line at the grocery store or sitting on the couch relaxing after a long day. What is on the top of their mind that's going to grab their attention? You know, imagine them sitting on the couch with a glass of wine, scrolling through Facebook, just relaxing at the end of the day, or in the grocery store with their kid in their shopping cart, and they're just killing some time while they're in line checking out for groceries. That kind of thing, like, you'll have to really be creative with this hook, because they're not thinking about coming in for chiropractic care when they're seeing this initial video, right? When you post it on social media. And this hook can be applied to all the videos that you're using and creating and really doesn't have to just apply to videos. It's images, it's headlines that you use on just regular Facebook posts, it's emails that you send out, the subject line. Think about, like, these days people aren't like on their computer looking at like searching for a chiropractor, right? They're going to be interacting with all the content that you put out there on their phone, on the go, while they're driving. It's things that maybe wouldn't have happened a few years ago. The market is shifting, and it's moved a lot more mobile. People are a lot more distracted, so we need to be extra creative in creating hooks and things that are interesting and unique in order to grab people's attention. So what can that be? What are some ideas that you can use as hooks to grab people's attention? Well, one thing you want to think about is that really good lighting is super, super important, right? We see a lot of people come in, or chiropractors, like they're shooting their video in a dark room. And if you think about it, well, if someone's scrolling through Facebook while they're in line at a grocery store and they see a dark video that it's hard to see what exactly is in that video, it's not going to catch their attention. So that's number one, make sure you have good lighting. Number two, make sure that any clothes that you're wearing is bright color. That's going to grab people's attention. Dark colored clothing is not as attention grabbing as light colored clothing, obviously. And then number three is it always helps to have a good, like, a face in the picture right off the bat, because that will catch people's attention as opposed to maybe someone's back or something like that. So those are three quick tips about how to create a good hook. And then look for those unique things that are in your office just laying around. Dental rolls, traction if you're doing CBP. If you're doing, let's say, more soft tissue work, you can have people on wobble chairs, maybe even, like something unique that is specific to your practice that can help differentiate it from every other video that people are seeing in their newsfeed, because there's likely other chiropractors in your area who are marketing on social media. So once you have that unique thing, use that front and center in the first couple seconds of your video. Shoot a quick, well-lit iPhone reel or vertical video of that unique object in use, so it catches the attention of someone who's maybe in back pain, right? If you show someone using a dental roll on the ground and you have a quick pan with your iPhone as your first image and first kind of attention grabbing sequence of your video, that's going to be a lot more attention grabbing than you just talking in front of a camera and having maybe someone laying down on the table in a dark room. No one's going to see that and stop when they're scrolling through social media. So that's step number one, is the hook. Get a few good hooks. I recommend getting 5 good solid hooks filmed on your iPhone. And it doesn't have to be anything unique, because we're going to handle the actual video, or the words of the video. We're going to put that in at the end. And all of these little clips that we're filming, and we're going to make different pieces of this, we're going to put them in and have a video editing team. And I'll show you how to do that, how to get a video editor as well. They're going to put all these clips together, so it works as a one cohesive whole. And at the end, you're going to have this great asset that you can use, like I said, for the entire duration of your practice. And it's not going to go stale, because you can change things around as well with these video editors. So the step one is to get a good solid foundation of 5 to 10 hooks. These are visual parts of your office that will grab attention of your specific ideal patient. If you're working with athletes, you can show athletes maybe doing some kind of functional fitness type work or stretching or something like that, where it's like they're obviously athletes. It should be something that is attention grabbing. I'm repeating this, attention grabbing. That's the main thing for the hook. Make it attention grabbing, visually well lit, have people's faces in it. If you can have more people, the better, just to show some social proof. But again, well lit and have something unique in there to grab people's attention. So get those 5 to 10 different hooks. And then the second part of it will be the story. Now, we have the hooks onto the story. This is the second part of the framework, right? Hook, story, and then offer and call to action. So now we're in the second phase. The second phase is the story. And the story is going to be mostly just words. It's going to be you making an introduction about who you are. For Dr. Diana, it was hi, I'm Dr. Diane Tran from Functional Wellness Centers, or Dr. Diane and Dr. Grant, and we are sorry, I mixed up two different people in Part-Time Million Dollar here, but we're the doctors at Rogue Spine, and we specialize in a technique called chiropractic biophysics. And then you'll go in and tell the story of what chiropractic biophysics is. You don't even have to have a good visual. So you can film the video of you just talking in front of the camera, selfie style, but as long as you have good audio, it doesn't matter really about the visual aspect of it, because like I said, at the end, we're going to edit it all together where your hooks are going to be the actual like visual aspect of the video, and then that recording that you make will be the sound that we have in the background of that recording of the hooks. So you can write out a quick script of like something that's differentiating to like differentiates yourself from chiropractors down the street, and just film a quick around a minute is a good length for this type of introduction. And it's going to be just an introduction of you, who you are. You're the doctors at your office, and this is what we specialize in, and this is exactly what we do at the office. Okay, so that's going to be your story. So right now we have the first two parts of the framework. It's the hook and it's the story. And we learned these frameworks it's kind of a combination from Casey Neistat, who's one of the biggest vloggers on YouTube. This is the framework that he uses to keep people's attention. Over 12 million subscribers. He says that in order to keep people's attention, especially in this day and age, for a video that's over 8 minutes long, you have to make things different and change the visual aspect of it often. And that's how we're going to use the hooks later on in the video editing portion. And then the story, everything has to have a good story. And this is also something we learned from Casey Neistat, but also Russell Brunson, who is one of the marketers behind ClickFunnels. And he's been instrumental in kind of helping us to systematize and create these frameworks for our own clients. And the story is something that adds value. It increases the value and perceived value of what you have to offer. And then the hooks are the things that grab people's attention, so they're able to watch the whole video with their short attention spans despite having all these distractions. And finally, we have the call to action. So you don't have to include any specific price, because obviously, like, you want to have this video be evergreen and something that you can use throughout the whole tenure of your practice and for years on end, right? So you can have a call to action be come into our website, call our office to schedule an appointment. You can include your office phone number, but just have something that gives your viewer an opportunity to take the next step, because the call to action comes at the end. They've gotten a lot of value throughout the whole video. So at the end, you need to make it as easy as possible with a bridge to that additional step that they can take to then come into your clinic. All right, so enough of the kind of theory and high level, me just talking. Let me hop in and show you the example of what Dr. Diane has used at her office, and then I'll show you another example that we've used. And both of these are great examples of videos that have attracted ideal patients for their respective clinics. So first, let's hop into Dr. Diane here. And that's me. All right, so we're gonna go into her video on the profile page here. And also, I just wanted to mention that the hook, which is that first split second, is super important, right? You can have, it just goes to show you, like, you can have a super like polished video and great story, but if you don't have a good hook that's gonna stop and like get people to stop, no one's gonna see the video to begin with, and it's not going to have the same effect because no one's seeing it, right? So this was actually the first video that they had made. And again, you don't have to include all the visual like drone footage and aerial footage and stuff like that. But just keep in mind the idea of all these hooks that you're seeing, and then the story as well.
Dr. Grant. Hi, Dr. Decker. We're the chiropractors at Rogue Spine Center, and we specialize in chiropractic biophysics.
Dr. Grant and Dr. Dan really.
So this is now within the first 8 to 10 seconds is when we finally get to like start seeing what's going on in the clinic, as opposed to just the office aerials, which are nice to see, but they're not going to grab the attention. There's that concept again, grabbing the attention of your ideal viewer.
Helps me alleviate those pains.
And
I feel more fluid when I move around.
you can see these little short clips, maybe a second long. These are things that you can use as your hooks. And then each 1 to 3 seconds, you're switching the video or the image that the audience is seeing, and that serves to grab and hold their attention with something that's interesting while they're telling their story in the background.
Mental clarity is there, less stress in my spine. I feel so much better. So I have everything to thank to Dr. Grant and Dr.
I've had amazing improvement in the amount of pain-free days.
Okay, and this goes on until the end of the video, which is their call to action. But as you can see, there's many different shots, and these are things that you can just do on your iPhone. Like you can grab your iPhone and just go across real quick for maybe 3 seconds from different angles, well lit, and you can use these to create your video without having to hire this professional videographer, which is nice. If you want to hire a videographer, you can, but you can still do it with just your iPhone because the quality is there, especially these days on the iPhone. So real quick, let's just, this video did not do well on, like it's a great video for website, but it didn't do well on a social media type ad or social media post because it's not attention grabbing in the beginning. This one, once we made the change to make something more attention grabbing in the beginning, like having the good hook, then we were able to get over 20 people on the door from the video.
Dr. Grant and Dr. Dan really helps me alleviate those pains. I feel more fluid when I move around.
So you can see it's the same video, it's the same words in the background. The only difference is the hook, and that made all the difference. So the hook is super important, as well as the story and the testimonials that you have in the background of that video. Now, a second one, let me see here if I can get another example. Okay, I actually don't have the login. So sorry, I'll go ahead and post the second example of that, the video that I was talking about, so you can see another one of these foundational pieces of content videos that I mentioned. This will last you for the lifetime of your practice, and I'll post a couple in the comments section after I'm done here. But really, all you remember, if you have like 2 takeaways, hooks and story. The hook is the visual part of the videos that you're filming, 1 to 3 second little clips of attention grabbing pieces of your office that have to do with therapy that you're giving, the specific niche that you're in, and then do a video of you talking about what makes your office special compared to the chiropractor down the street. And you can do that just filming it selfie style, because that'll just be used in the background of the video. So do those 2 things, and then the final step is to have a video editor kind of edit it all together. So you can find great video editors on places like Upwork, TaskRabbit, different like those types of platforms where you can find VAs. You can just go in, search, I need a video editor, and you can get one for relatively inexpensive. And then you can show them the example clip of Dr. Diane's video or some of the other ones that I will link in the description. And you can just tell them, okay, take these clips, copy exactly kind of the layout of how this video is shown. And then you can just send them your 5 to 10, maybe even 15 little clips of the office, and then the story in the background for them to use. And you can then use the same video in many different places, and it'll serve as a great introduction to all your clients. It'll serve as a great way to get new clients and you can use it in all aspects of your practice marketing. And it's kind of been transformative for a lot of people. So hopefully you found this Social Media Thursday informative. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to answer them and just help you get this video made. You can even shoot me a couple clips and I'll give you my thoughts on them based on the different clients that we've seen, and we've tested a lot of different things and seen a lot of different types of videos being used. So we know I have like kind of an intuitive understanding of what works and what doesn't. So send me any videos that you want to get critiqued, and I would be glad to just offer my opinion and offer some suggestions about maybe some specific hooks that would work well, or different types of a story that you want to tell, So shoot me a message if you have any questions about that, and I will see you guys in the next Social Media Thursday here. Cheers, guys.